going on. More than fine on your own. It's not like you need someone to show you how it's done. But if you ever change your mind, girl, I know a guy. You've got your routine down. Your Tuesday girl's night out. Hot yoga twice a week. Ain't nothing else you need. But if you ever change your mind, girl, I know a guy. Let me show you what you're missing. Let me be your something more. Do some dancing in the kitchen. Let me open all your doors. We can tear down all your walls, brick by brick, watch them fall. Wanna know what love feels like? Girl, I know a guy. You feel 17. I'd listen to your dreams, wake up what's been asleep. So if you ever change your mind, girl, I know a guy. Let me show you what you're missing. Let me be your something more. Do some dancing in the kitchen. Let me open all your doors. We can tear down all your walls, brick by brick, watch them fall. Wanna know what love feels like? Girl, I know a guy. Let me show you what you're missing. Let me be your something more. Do some dancing in the kitchen. Let me open all your doors. We can tear down all your walls, brick by brick, watch them fall. Wanna know what love feels like? Girl, I know a guy. Girl, I know a guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Born in 1947, a prayer sent down from heaven, the only child his parents ever had. In the heart of old Kentucky, he grew up an Opry junkie, and I'm the one who's lucky to call him my daddy's dad. By the time he was 11, he'd found his obsession, cutting burley they raised in the field out back. While he was still a young man, he inherited the farmland. He stood 10 feet tall in his overalls. That's my daddy's dad. He's the reason why I play and sing. To me, that old man means everything. Growing up, he was the greatest grandpa any boy could have. My daddy's dad. And soon my Nana carried the only son they would ever have. They named that baby Roger, and he became my father, a stubborn man with an iron hand, just like my daddy's dad. He's the reason why I play and sing. To me, that old man means everything. Growing up, he was the greatest grandpa any boy could have. My daddy's dad. He always dreamed I'd be a big star. He bought me my first guitar, a 6-string with a homemade leather strap. Music was his passion, and it's funny how life happens. The biggest fan I'll ever have, that's my daddy's dad. Mending fences and forgiveness, hoeing weeds and common sense. Life lessons that he taught me, someday I'm gonna miss. The reason why I play and sing, to me that old man means everything. Yeah, growing up, he was the greatest grandpa any boy could have. My daddy's dad. Yeah, growing up, he was the greatest grandpa any boy could have. My daddy's dad. Love you, GB.
His name is Alex Miller. He's a talented young gentleman, a former American Idol contestant, and he's been a special guest on the Tim Kelly Show a couple of times in the past. Always love talking to him, and I sure love playing his music. We'll have one more from Alex Miller in just a moment, because it is Triple Play Thursday tonight on the Tim Kelly Show. We are live from Branson, Missouri, live on our website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com, and I am also live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. Come join me over there, and you'll be able to see what I got going on. I got a nice background with a waterfall and everything. Got a great fall theme for it, and we've got a great radio interviews tonight as well. I've got Austin McKetty, Mackenzie McKetty, and Sienna Rose. All three going to join me on the program tonight. So an interview for every hour of the show. Those three artists are from Oklahoma. They are talented young people. They know each other, and they all perform together from time to time. You're going to hear the stories behind their songs, and everybody on the program tonight gets played 3 times in a row. That's how we do it on Triple Play Thursday. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to the other radio stations that play this program around the country and around the world. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, Down the Road Radio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas. We are also on television at CanyonStar.tv, and like I said, you can check me out on TV over at YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. We are also on all the streaming formats like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, Apple Podcast. Wherever you stream music, just search The Tim Kelly Show, and you will find what I call New Country's Best. The third one for Alex Miller in the Triple Play is his brand new single. Just got this one the other day in my email. It is called She Makes Dirt Look Good from Alex Miller on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Well, I ain't much of nothing, a blue-collar country bumpkin, grease stains on my shirt, holes in my jeans. Just a face in the crowd, never did stand out till my baby came along and stood by me. She's that shiny coat of paint that covers up the things I ain't. Me, I'm just a piece of old driftwood. But she makes dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. Sitting on a bale of straw, undershirt and overalls, she'll make you think that barn's a penthouse suite. She can take a John Deere hat, hang her blonde hair out the back, and make the strongest man drop everything. And it turns me on to see her kickstart that old four-wheeler, bust through the mud and take off through the woods. She makes dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. She makes dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. She makes dirt look good.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
You must be tired. You've gone such a long, long way. You used to be a fire. Now you're pressed to find the flame. You so badly wanna let go, but deep down you know you're gonna be somebody, someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say. Look up, don't be afraid. Don't you let them bring you down. You had no reservations. You were strong. You had no doubts. Your heart had a destination. You thought you'd be there by now if you could just go back and believe in that you were gonna be somebody. Oh, yes, you were. Someone who stands above the crowd. Oh, let them say what they will say.
Number 2.
Sure as the sun will find the sky, there will be times we wonder why. One must stay and one must go, but either way I hope you know you made my world a better place. Put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember you. This life we live flies by so fast. You never know how long it lasts. But when you give a love so strong, it will live on and on. You made my world a better place. Put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember you. So close your eyes and feel my presence. I will see you Let's live our lives while we have time, with hopeful hearts and open minds. And I will try before I leave to touch someone like you touched me. You made my world a better place. Put a timeless smile upon my face. We may cry a tear or two, but forever heaven knows it's true. I will remember you. I will remember you. I will remember
She is a very talented young lady, and by young, I mean 13 years young. She is my good friend Ariel Franz. She is from Arizona, and her mom and I are chatting right now while we're on Facebook Live. She says, I love your show, and that is because I play your daughter on it. It makes it sound really, really good, and I can definitely say New Country's best behind her music. That one was called I Will Remember You, and Somebody before that from Ariel Franz, and we just did a great radio interview back on the 6th of September. That is in the Tim Kelly Show archives, and you can find that at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. I've got 3 great radio interviews tonight, and coming up after the next song from Ariel Franz will be my first one with country music artist Austin McKetty. And those 3 interviews tonight that I'm going to be doing will go into the Tim Kelly Show archives as well. The third song for Ariel Franz in the triple play is a smash hit single called It Almost Makes Me Cry on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
You tell me you were wrong to ever let me go. There was a time I would have died to hear you say that. I used to break down at the sight or a sound of you across the room. The pain was so bad. Now you're standing here with both arms open wide, asking me for one more try. It almost makes me cry, almost but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. Days without you went by like razors and knives that carved up my will for surviving. But time dulled the blades and healed the cuts they made. I can't forget the scars my heart is hiding. Now you ask me if I'm still in love with you, and my silence fills up the room. It almost makes me cry, almost but not quite. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. I'm over you just enough to find the strength to be tough. I've simply come too far to give you back my heart. And as I watch you fight the tears in your eyes, it almost makes me cry. It almost makes me
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, live from Branson, Missouri, and we are playing Triple Play Thursday tonight, so every artist gets played 3 times in a row, and I'm excited to play 3 from this next young gentleman. His name is Austin McKetty. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing real good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, I've been doing this show for a long time, going on year number 13. This is the first time I have had a brother and a sister on the same show. Your sister's going to be on tonight as well.
And y'all's gonna love her. She's very talented, and man, that's you've been doing it 13 years. That's very impressive.
I started my first FM radio job back in 1999. I was telling her in McAllister, Oklahoma at K101. I was Tim Kelly there on the radio back then. So that's a long time ago.
Oh yeah. No, I was right down the road, and McAllister ain't about an hour away from here. So,
Yep. You guys are in McLeod, Oklahoma, and I spent 20 years in Atoka and Colgate and Ada a little bit too. Lived in all of those places.
Oh yeah, I've been around. I used to ride a bunch of bulls and do rodeo stuff, and I was always up there in Atoka doing a little bit of rodeo stuff.
Oh, nice.
So yes, sir.
You're a true cowboy.
Oh yeah, well, I'll try to be. Try my best to
Yep.
fulfill the shoes.
Well, you look good in that hat I'm looking at on the website.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And you do a little bit of playing too. Now, your sister plays the fiddle, I know, looking at her bio, but you also play the guitar, drums, mandolin, and the harmonica. You got a variety
Yes,
of
sir.
stuff. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Just I figured if I can learn as much as I can, I could get do a little bit of everything to help out our band and just play what they need me to play. So.
Yeah. Now, speaking of your band, the McKetty family has their own band, and I was at, when I talked to your sister, that's what really inspired you guys to do country music was the family tradition that you guys have, and it even says traditional country on your website. Man, I love when a young artist like yourself, 17 years young, by the way, is keeping traditional country music alive.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's very rare for young people these days to still listen to that music, and I'm like, man, I love it. I'm trying to keep it alive. That's my whole goal here. So, and I grew up in this music. I was the same with the family, so it's like that's all I've ever really known.
Yeah, how about that? I love that. I don't listen to much mainstream radio anymore. I used to play it when I was on the air in McAllister, but when I started doing this 12 years ago, I, pretty much play the independent artists because it's a real struggle nowadays. It's a lot different than it was back in the day when, Loretta Lynn or somebody like that could walk in with a 45 and get that on the radio, and the DJ would play it. It just don't happen like that anymore, and I know that.
Yeah.
And, so you're going out to 10 radio stations around the country and around the world tonight too. So.
There we go. Wow, that's amazing. That's
Absolutely.
Really impressive. Thank you.
Glad to do that for you. You work with my good friend Kurt Ryle, who I've been friends with for a long time at Clarksville Creative Sound. Let's give him a big shout out too.
Oh yeah, talking about an amazing producer and a very good guitar player and still guitar player as well. He's a real talented and impressive producer, and I couldn't be more blessed to work with him.
Yeah. His son Braden pretty talented too.
Oh yep, I was just with him. I got home from Nashville yesterday. We were up there doing some TV stuff, and man, it was a blast.
That's awesome. She Mackenzie was telling me too when we was talking that you guys are doing some shoots for TV, so that's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, it seems to like it's gonna be a real fun show to watch, and this is my first time I've ever done any TV stuff, so it was a whole new experience for me, and I just ate it up.
Yeah, that is awesome. Now, it talks about in your bio your live shows. It says that you're known for your energy, your passion, and you leave audiences mesmerized. Man, there's nothing better than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. I always like when I go to play a show, I always think, to try and do my best I can do. And hopefully when people leave there, they'll remember my name. And I hope I leave them with the best experience at our shows and stuff. So I always try to bring top tier stuff.
That is awesome, and we'll talk about some of the kind of music that we can hear in one of your live shows here in just a second. But the first question I want to ask you, you said, this traditional style of country music is all you've ever known. Who did you grow up listening to? And you're still growing up. You're only 17, but who really influenced you that you like to listen to on the radio and that kind of thing?
So I have a lot, but I would definitely say Chorus the King, George Strait. Mm-hmm. And then I also love Keith Whitley. I really love his songs, good lyrics. And then far back is even Bob Wills. I love Bob Wills and all those people. And even like today, you got some Jason Roberts and Jake Hooker. These guys really, really good. And so I like and Jake Worthington too. He's a
he's my buddy. I've met him a couple of times here in Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson, and he even gave me a shout out on his last show that we went and saw because I've played him about ever since he got started. And we did a great radio interview too. Been several years ago. He's down from LaPorte, Texas. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got all his songs on my playlist, and I even do a few of his songs in my shows because talk about a unique voice. He for sure has one.
He does, and I love his song "Closing Time" because that's very fitting for one of the very last songs that I play on the radio. I play it quite a bit. Sure. So
there you go.
He's fantastic. You mentioned the great George Strait, 60 number one hits. Boy, I know all the artists like yourself are striving for that, but that's a pretty big shoes to fill, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is. Yep. And the way I looked at it these days is you got all these people out here playing these shows, and I'm sure you heard about George Strait just out of nowhere coming to play this show and sold out a whole stadium and one of the biggest, I think the biggest ticket sales there has ever been.
Yeah.
And he just came out like that's how you know country music is still alive and well.
Exactly. There's still a demand for him on stage. That is for sure.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
I tell this story a lot of times too. I don't know if you've ever heard this one. Back in 1983, there was an artist that got sick and couldn't make this event. And so George Strait was just gotten discovered by Irv Woolsey, who has just passed away. And I met him in Nashville too, by the way, at a bar called Losers, because he owns half of that up there on North Broadway. But he had just discovered George Strait a couple of years prior. Well, they called George Strait off his rents because he loves to be a cowboy too and cut horses and that kind of thing. And they wanted him to fill in for this artist, and it was at the Houston Livestock and Rodeo at the Houston Astrodome back in '83, and that's really George's big break. And the artist he filled in for was Eddie Rabbitt.
Wow, that's amazing. And I was actually scrolling through social media the other day, and I seen this picture of George Strait. I don't know what year it was, but it was when he was first getting started playing this wedding, and that's before, that just shows everyone has to, go through and pay their dues. And then, a few years later down the road, he wasn't playing no wedding. He was playing packed out stadiums and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you have the right work ethic and just keep on trying, hopefully you can get some connections and stars to line up. Just got to keep working at it. And that's what I'm doing right now is just trying to work my butt off and put as much music out as I can and, make sure it's the real stuff.
That is absolutely correct. And speaking of work, I know you're a hard worker because before we did this interview, you just got home from work not too long ago.
I just got home. I just walked in the door like 5 minutes ago and sat down and gave you a call. But
man, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You do something in aviation. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, so I've been going. I went to tech school for 2 years. And to get all my certifications to become a aircraft mechanic, and I got a job right down the road from my house, about 6 minutes. And we work on aircraft parts. We're a repair station, so they send us parts, and we fix them up and put new sheet metal on them, and anything that needs to be fixed, and send it back out. And I'm loving it. It's keeps me busy.
That is awesome. They just absolutely probably on the TV about 2 weeks ago said that they're going to build a place like that in Springfield, Missouri, which is just north of where I'm at. I actually do some work in that town as well, and they're going to build a place like that to train youngsters like you to repair those airplanes and do that stuff that you're doing too. So that's going to be cool.
It's a growing trade business, and it pays pretty good. So I think if it can do that during the week and maybe play my music on the weekends and just do what I love to do, and I'm living right now, man.
There you go. And that's what I was going to say too. You make a living while making a difference, but your passion is country music. I guarantee, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah. I mean, if I could do it 24/7, then I sure would.
Yeah. Well, you guys had a pretty good summer. I saw that you got to open for the great group Diamond Rio this summer.
Oh man, that was so fun and an amazing experience. And we play a bunch of shows, but when you go and do one of those and you just see a bunch of big old crowd out there, there's something about it just.
Yeah.
It's addicting, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. You mentioned George Strait and some of those artists that influenced you. I'll tell you what, when I started in radio, it was 80s music for me pretty much. And I grew up listening to like Rick Dees in L.A. and Casey Kasem and his American Top 40 and things like that. But it was that 90s country when I met my wife from southeast Oklahoma down there around Colgate and Atoka and Ada that really got me into wanting to do country radio. So my first on-air job was when I walked into McAllister, Oklahoma at K101 and became their weekend guy, and that's where I became Tim Kelly on the radio.
There you go. Well, I mean, it sounds like you know what you're doing, and you've been around and have a bunch of experience, and I really appreciate
it sounds like
radio stations like you playing indie artists that give us these opportunities. I really
Thank
appreciate that.
You are welcome. And yeah, and I've been doing it so long that you weren't even born when I started in radio back in 1999.
Yes, sir.
So it truly comes full circle if you do this long enough, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, and it says in your bio, you leave audiences mesmerized, and that's the goal, you know, to make somebody's day a little bit better. And it's the people
Exactly.
you meet, the people you meet along the way, and the stories that you hear that really make you feel good about what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I 100% agree. I always, you know, like I said, try to do the best I can do on stage, because, you know, you never know what some people are going through, and, you know, a good old country song can kind of lift the spirits a little bit.
Boy, isn't that the truth? You know, and I say this all the time. The reason I do this show is it's a 3-hour escape from what's going on in the world. It's just gotten crazy
Exactly.
here lately. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, people go to see a movie to escape from that. They tune into a program
Exactly.
like this to hear some great country music. And I love playing this kind of country music because it is the real deal, man. And thank you for
Yes,
keeping
sir.
it alive.
Oh yeah, that's my whole goal, and I don't want to. I think it's still thriving and well. We just gotta bring it back, because a lot of these people my age haven't really heard this stuff. You know, all this other stuff's been shoved in their face. But I mean, I like to dance. I like to two-step and do all that, and I know it's fun. And a lot of kids my age don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they did, they would enjoy it and love this good old country music.
Well, something else that they're still keeping alive, and I see it in a lot of restaurants, especially around these Texas roadhouses. A lot of artists have their music in there inside the jukebox. Now, I remember going to, like, back in the day, there was like these 50-style diners and things like that, which had a jukebox right there at your table, and you could actually flip the pages back and see what song you wanted to play and put your quarter in there and everything. You know, that's kind of still a thing that hasn't went away. And your first song is called Jukebox Junkie.
Jukebox Junkie.
Yeah, tell us about this one.
So yes, I just this is my gonna be my newest single that I put out. It dropped I think a few days ago, and I went down and recorded it, and when I heard it, I fell in love with the song. My producer wrote it, and he played it for me. I was like, man, I'd love to cut that. I'd love to. And I'll just tell you what, I thought it fits my personality real good, and it's a song you can dance to, and hopefully everyone will enjoy it.
Absolutely. And Clarksville Creative Sound is the recording studio that you guys use, right, to record these songs? Great.
Yes, sir. And in my opinion, I don't think it gets much better than that. That place down there is top tier.
I'm telling you, that's how you ended up on this radio program. I call it New Country's Best, and I can sure say it behind you and your sister's music tonight.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You guys make it. We're going to play Jukebox Junkie. His name is Austin McKetty. Then we're going to come back and talk with him a little bit more on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
I'm a long, long way from perfect, but I'm as close as I can get. 'Cause I cut down all my drinking and gave up cigarettes. Yeah, I'm down to just one woman, that's all one man can love. But everybody's hooked on something. There's one thing I can't give up. Yeah, I'm a jukebox junkie. I love to hear Hank Williams moan. It only takes one quarter. Really turn this cowboy on when I hear Merle Haggard singing. Lord, it chills me to the bone. I'm a jukebox junkie and hooked on country songs. From heaven, but I'll get there if I can. like to see my friend E.T. shake old Possum's hand. But there's a jukebox there, I'll bet you it won't cost me a dime. If heaven's always hoping, I'll be there to close in time. I'm a jukebox junkie. I love to hear Hank Williams moan, it only takes 1/4. Really turn this cowboy on when I hear Merle Haggard singing. Lord, it chills me to the bone. I'm a jukebox junkie, hooked on country songs. Hey, I'm a jukebox junkie, hooked on country songs.
His name is Austin McKetty. That is his latest single. It is called Jukebox Junkie. I love that one. I'm glad that dropped in my email, and I'm glad that we got together for this interview tonight, my man.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that you're having me on.
Yeah, it has been a pleasure, and I look forward to a lot of great things for you. You're just getting started. You and your sister both are super talented.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We've been at work for many years. Like I've been playing guitar since I was about 5, and she's been playing fiddle about the same time. So we've been working at it, and I think things are finally starting to kind of go our way here with Clarksville Creative Sound and stuff like that.
Man, I really think so too. You guys got it going on. I was telling her I interviewed a little girl by the name of Ariel Franz, and she's 13 years old, and that dropped in my email a couple of weeks ago too. And so I asked for that interview, and I'm super impressed by her and the music that she's got too. But and you and your sister have probably performed a lot together and sang and played together.
Oh, yeah.
But let me ask you this question. What is Austin McKetty's dream gig, an artist that you would like to either perform a duet with or maybe somebody you might like to open for? And that could be living or past. Who might be some names we might know?
So, of course, like I said, I would love to even play with George Strait. That would be an honor.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy. But, you know, I also really like, I feel like Don Williams. I really like Don Williams.
No kidding.
No, I feel like that would have been a cool one because that man just sits up there on a stool with his guitar and everyone's interested in his songs that he's played. You know, he don't got all these backup dancers. He didn't have all these backup dancers and all that. And I think that one would be real cool just to sit up there with my guitar and just play some good country music.
He could just sing a song about Tulsa time and everybody else is mesmerized like you, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, that good. And George the King, same way. You know, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to struggle to hit the high notes, and probably doesn't spend a whole lot of time resting his voice. It's just natural. It comes natural to him. Yeah, and you can tell. I can tell about you the same way, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot. But yeah, man, wouldn't that be an experience if I got to even open or play for George Strait? That'd blow my mind.
Well, you guys are on your way. Doing it for Diamond Rio's just to start. And by the way, when I'm not on the radio with this show 24/7, I have a station called Classic Country Radio. It's at the top of my website, and you can listen to the best in classic country from the 90s and beyond anytime you want. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, we've got the King George and all of that, Don Williams and all the greats on there. So
wow.
I enjoy playing that music.
Oh yeah, it's just the good stuff.
Yeah, and you know, isn't that the goal of an artist like yourself? You know, to do something that resonates with people, so 25 years from now they'll be calling your music classic.
Exactly. Yep, that's the goal, and I hope that happens one day. That'd be a blessing.
Absolutely. You've got another great song called "Slow Train to Oklahoma." I've never rode a train to Oklahoma. I've drove Oklahoma many times. How'd this song come about for you?
Oh, this is a good story. So, my dad wrote this song many years ago before I was even born.
Wow.
And I grew up, he would always play it on his guitar, and he was like, man, I was like, Dad, I really like that song. Once I got older, I was like, man, I really like that song. And he was like, well, if you want to, you can go cut it. And I was like, called Kurt up on the phone and sent him a little track of me and my dad playing on guitar, and he got it loaded up. I came in there and cut it, and ever since, that one means a lot to me since my dad wrote it. So really like that one.
Well, and if you got to split the royalties, there's nobody better than to split it with than your dad, huh?
Oh yeah, exactly.
That is cool. I love that, man. And you know, you guys, you and your sister Mackenzie, and we were talking about, you know, when we talked to Mackenzie a little while ago, I was talking to her about, you know, your mom Tracy that helped me set this interview up. She called her your momager. And I hear that a lot in the young artists that I interview, you know, when the mom's the manager. But there's nothing better than that family support. And you guys are actually have it, you know, above 100% because you guys play together and sing together and write music together.
Exactly, yep. And, I'm sure my sister probably mentioned my mom works her butt off getting us shows and all that stuff. So she does a real good job, and she does our merch stuff and all that kind of end of it. And, does a real good job.
Yeah.
Even does some of our music videos and stuff. So she's very creative.
That is awesome. And speaking of music videos, you know, I saw one of your music videos, and there's some on your website too. Isn't that a fun process of making a country music video?
It's very fun and entertaining. We have a good time with it. You know, not just kind of laid back. And, you know, sometimes my mom is the one shooting all of our music videos and stuff. So. A lot of the time I try not to laugh because she's over here with the camera all in my face, and it's pretty fun. It's a very, very fun experience.
Well, and what is fun to me is, you know, and I'm sure you'll say the same, is when you see those views go up, and even if it's just the audio that you put out to a new song, put it on YouTube. I mean, I've seen audio up in the hundreds of thousands, you know, and there's no video yet to the song. Yep. That's pretty cool too. And that's when you know it's resonating with people, huh?
Yep, that's when you know when you see them views start going up, you start getting a little excited, and you're like, wow, this song's actually is going somewhere and doing some good, and you know, just knowing that people know my songs and listening to them makes me feel really good.
There you go. And there is a video to Slow Train from Oklahoma. I'm looking at it right now, and I've already seen the video before this interview, and that's kind of the first song I heard from you, and kind of how I got to know who you were when it dropped in my email.
Yes, sir.
So.
Oh yeah, I think that was my one of my favorites for sure, if not my favorite right now that I've put out, and yeah, it's a song that means a lot to me, and I really hope y'all like it.
Oh, I love it. Now I know the listeners will too, and I can definitely say New Country's best behind your music, my friend.
Well, thank you, it means a lot.
Another one that I love, and just the title alone, the song's great. Breaking Horses and Hearts. Tell us about that one too.
So this one kind of hits close to home too, because I'm trying to get out of it. I still do. Like I said, I ride bulls and was in the rodeo and stuff. So I got down there. This was the first song this is my first song I put out. First time I go down to Clarksville, I'm telling Kurt kind of about myself, how I rode bulls. She's like, man, I kind of got this song, kind of talks about some rodeo stuff, and would you like it? And he played it. He wrote it, played it for me. I was like, oh yeah, I have to do that. When he played that, I was like, that song is meant for me to sing. And we loaded it up, and I cut it, and I think that one is a fan favorite. A lot of people like that one a lot.
Yeah. Isn't it cool to make something that resonates with people a little bit longer than 8 seconds, too?
Oh, yeah.
And we live pretty close down there in Atoka, Oklahoma. The next town over was Lane, and that was from where the great Lane Frost was from. He was a bull rider that unfortunately lost his life. But, you know, there's so much to write about, and just it's pure country music when you're doing that down there in Oklahoma. Them back roads and the PBR thing and the riding the bulls and all of that and playing in the honky-tonks. That's good stuff.
Yeah. There's plenty of stuff to write songs about that goes on back home down here. I mean, every weekend I swear every time I go out and do something on the weekends, I can come back and write a song about it.
There you go.
Down here in Oklahoma, man, it's fun. It's fun living down here.
It is. I did 20 years down there, and I still go down there and visit my daughter every now and then. And I love to go fishing, man. There's so much good bass fishing down there. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing better than, you know, after a long day of work, me and my friends all load up our fishing poles and go out and go on a little fishing trip. That's always real fun. Just kind of get away and real peaceful.
Yep, I love that. If you can get permission, those watershed flood controls on people's lands to keep the flooding down, man, they are just loaded.
Oh yeah.
So, hey, man, your music is loaded too. People need to go check it out. So, speaking of that, where can they find Austin McKetty on social media?
So my social media name is on all Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is Austin McKetty Music, and just look that up. You go find my social medias. But all my songs are on all streaming platforms: Spotify, iTunes Records, and YouTube. Anywhere that is a streaming platform, you can find my music on there.
There you go. And Austin, your last name is McKedy. It is McKetty, and your sister Mackenzie has a very unique way that Mackenzie is spelled too, and we'll talk to her in the bottom half of the next hour. So that's going to be another fun interview. Man, thank you for doing the first one tonight, and thanks for being on the program. We'll definitely have you back. Have a great fall, will you?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I had a great time, and it seems like you're doing a really, really amazing job playing these indie artists, and I appreciate you a lot.
I sure am, and I hope you keep in touch, and we'll do this many, many times, I'm sure. And it's fun to watch a young person's career just blossom, and I think you're going to go places, my friend.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. And if you do come to Branson, hit us up, and we'll definitely get together.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely if I'm down there that way, I'll definitely give you a call.
You can take a slow train to Missouri. How about that?
Oh yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this is Slow Train to Oklahoma. His name is Austin McKetty. He is live with us tonight on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best. It is Triple Play Thursday.
Standing at the station, waiting on a train to take me back to Tulsa. Lord knows I need a change. It's been a long time since I've heard my mama's voice, and even longer still since I've heard all aboard. I'm on a slow train to Oklahoma. It's been a long time since I've been home. Those golden wheat fields, they're all on forever. Well, it may not sound like much, but to me it's home sweet home. I can't wait to get back home, watch the sun go down. Sitting on the back porch of my mom and daddy's house, listening to the radio, telling stories that never end. They're talking about the good old days, and do you remember when? I'm on a slow train to Oklahoma. It's been a long time since I've been home. Those golden wheat fields, they're all on forever. Well, it may not sound like much, but to me it's home sweet home. This train is moving slower, it's 7 kinds of hell. Can get me there fast enough, 2 more hours and I'll be there. Standing in the front yard, that Oklahoma sun. Looking at that little old house where my life all begun. I'm on a slow train to Oklahoma where my life all begun.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
On a little ranch in Texas, west of Abilene, he was riding on a stick horse, roping tumbleweeds, and waiting for that cloud of dust to bring his daddy down that old dirt road. When he heard the screen door creak and Mama stepped out on the porch with a sad look in her eyes he'd seen so many times before, and underneath her breath she began to cuss that damn old rodeo. Breaking horses and hearts, that's all he's ever been good for. Hangs his hat with one foot out the door. Here today, but he'll be gone for sure. From the get-go, he was born to ride, living life a sick and sad time. Just a cowboy from the start, breaking horses and hearts. His daddy down, he picked up the dream and dusted off the buckle he worn in '83. Followed in the footsteps of the man who was a hero in his eyes. He left a young girl standing on the front porch looking west. Now he drives that old black ribbon from one town to the next. And in between the highs and lows, he stops to say hello from time to time. Breaking horses and hearts, that's all he's ever been good for. Hangs his hat with one foot out the door. Here today, but he'll be gone for sure. From the get-go, he was born to ride, living life a sick and sad time. Just a cowboy from the start, breaking horses and hearts. From the get-go, he was born to ride, living life a sick and sad time. Just a cowboy from the start, breaking horses and hearts.
His name is Austin McKeddy. That is McKedy. Go check him out on social media. Austin McKeddy Music is where you can find him. He is a talented young gentleman, and I sure love talking to him tonight. First interview down on the Tim Kelly Show, and his sister is coming up in hour number 2 at the bottom half of the hour that we just kicked off on the Tim Kelly Show. And I want to thank them for joining the program tonight. We also have their good friend Sienna Rose. She's going to be joining us in hour number 3 of the show tonight as well. They all know each other. They've all performed together from time to time, and they all work with Clarksville Creative Sound. Absolutely love them as well. And my good friends, Mr. Kurt Ryle and his son Braden Ryle over there, and Dina Wood. I want to give her a big shout out as well. And Sandra De La Parra. We got all kinds of people in the chat room on Facebook Live. Marty Chambers, Jan Marco. We're over here on TikTok hanging out. Go follow me over there as well. I am at Tim Kelly on air. You'll get to see me live there. And I'm also on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. I got a nice fall themed background. We got waterfall flowing and everything. And I've got the pictures of the artist scrolling by that I interviewed tonight on the program as well. Well, I've had several interviews with this next gentleman that's going to kick off hour number 2. He is from Nashville, Tennessee, and he's going to be coming back to the Missouri Ozarks. He's going to be in Wheatland, Missouri next weekend, 2 weekends away from now. I think he's going to be there October the 19th at the Wheatland Raceway over there, Lucas Oil Speedway, and they're going to be doing another guitar giveaway. We did one of those in Branson at the Branson Star Theater last year with Carl Wayne Meekins. Go like him on Facebook. It is Carl Wayne Meekins. Like his Facebook page, and you can get registered to win yourself a guitar when he comes to your area. He loves giving those away, and he is a fantastic artist, as you're going to find out when we start this triple play. Let's do it right now. This song is called Stoked. I'm always stoked to play his music. Carl Wayne Meekins on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Coming up on 20 years now, living through the ups and downs, I wouldn't change a thing. Girl, you're still my everything. A lot of folks bet we'd never make it. Y'all are too young, they called us crazy. Yes, through the years we've learned how to keep a fire burning. You got to stoke, move it around, gotta keep it going, a little burnout. No joke if you lose the flame. It's gonna take work to get it back again. But if you take turns in the fire all night long, you wake up in the morning stoked. Oh yeah, yeah. We both know it ain't been easy. I'm a little hard-head, she's a little needy. Then throw 2 tweens in the mix, man, the mess we deal with. So when our tank starts running low, we'll make more fuel to keep us going. These 20 years we've learned how to keep a fire burning. You got to start, move it around, gotta keep it going, a little burnout. No joke if you lose the flame. It's gonna take work to get it back again. But if you take turns tending the fire all night long, you wake up in the morning stoked. Stoked. Oh yeah. Well, I'm stoked. That's how I feel. Living my life so fulfilled, yeah. Girl, you're in it. Ooh, you keep us winning, yeah, I'm stoked about what's ahead, even if it turns out bad. That keeps us working, keeping that fire burning. You got the stoke, move it around, gotta keep it going, a little burnout. No joke if you lose the flame, it's gonna take work to get it back again. But if you take turns tending the fire all night long, you wake up in the morning, you wake up in the morning, you wake up in the morning, yeah. Stoked! Ha-ha! Oh, yeah. Oh, girl, I'm stoked.
Song number 2.
my dollars gonna pay off come tomorrow when I pack my clothes and head to the coast. I just sent a text from my phone telling my buddies that I won't be home and to rub it in. Ha-ha! Y'all have fun working, 'cause I'm heading to the beach. Some R&R for me. I'm leaving my cares behind. Gonna unwind and let the sun leave a mark on me. I'm heading to the beach where I can't be reached. And if my work tries to call, I'll think, sorry, all I won't let them get to me. 'Cause I'm heading to the beach. About half the day, my butt's so tired that I can't wait to stand up. I'm gonna pull off for a fill-up. Sirius says 3 hours to go before I feel sand between my toes. Oh, I'm over driving, but hey, I keep on smiling, 'cause I'm heading to the beach. Some R&R for me. I'm leaving my cares behind. Gonna unwind and let the sun leave a mark on me. I'm heading to the beach where I can't be reached. So if my work tries to call, I'll think, sorry, y'all, I won't let them get to me. 'Cause I'm heading to the beach. I'm fixing to cross the bridge that will take me from a dream into reality that I still can't believe. Maybe it'll hit me when I'm walking with my chair, and I can smell the salty air. Oh yeah, man, I'm heading to the beach. Some R&R for me. I've left my cares behind. Gonna unwind and let the sun leave a mark on me. I'm heading to the beach. I'll be here for a week. And if my boss gets mad, well, that's too bad. I won't let him get to me, 'cause I'm heading to the beach. Yeah, I'm heading to the beach. Some R&R for me.
He is my good friend Carl Wayne Meekins, a great artist out of Nashville, Tennessee. Go like his Facebook page, Carl Wayne Meekins. That is Meekins, and tell him Tim Kelly sent you. And he does these neat guitar giveaways sponsored by Nashville Guitar Works. So when he comes to your area, you definitely want to be liking his Facebook page, because that's how you can register to win yourself a guitar when he comes to your town, city, whatever. And he is fantastic. Boy, you got to see him perform live on stage. His high energy shows, just like the music that we've played tonight, it is definitely what I can call New Country's best. Carl Wayne Meekins, Heading to the Beach. What a fun song. And before that, another one called Stoked. He used to paint houses. I used to do that too, had that in common. But he painted for this lady for so long that she was really lonely, and she kept adding things and adding things. He said, well, you know, I don't have a color for lonely. And that is the title of this next song. You kind of just heard the story behind it. A Color for Lonely from Carl Wayne Meekins on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
She showed me her favorite pictures as I painted her bedroom walls. This one's my son's graduation. He's a doctor now with kids of his own. Here's one of my late husbands. I still think about him day and night. That's why I'm changing the colors. I'm just trying to move on with for someone that she just met. Now there's a for sale sign in his front yard that he's just trying to forget. Could you patch up the nail holes where pictures of us used to hang? Thought I could live here without her. But man, I can't. No, I don't have a colorful lonely. I can only cover over the past. No, I don't have a colorful lonely, and I can't paint yesterday back. Wish I could ease the pain, make it go away, but I don't have a color for that. No, I wish I had a color for lonely. Hundreds of houses I've painted over the years, but I haven't found yet a color that goes with tears. No, I don't have a color for lonely. I can only cover over the past. No, I don't have a color for lonely, and I can't paint yesterday back. Wish I could ease the pain, make it go away, but I don't have a color for that. No, I wish I had a color for lonely. Had a color for lonely. Had a color for lonely. Had the color for lonely.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country. Yeah, come on now. I love when summer rolls around. Everybody's back in town. June weddings without rain. I love a graduation day, a family getaway, and watching the children play. Now it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. I love when we're holding hands, walking on the sand, and kissing endlessly. And I love music turned up loud, sitting with the crowd and watching my favorite band play. Yeah, it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, 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 hey. Ah, let's play. Well, it's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. I love when summer rolls around and watch the sun go down at the end of a summer day. It's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. It's time for all of us. It's time for everyone. It's time for you and I to play. Hey, hey, It's a privilege that you'll take me by the hand. Please, Lord, help me handle what's ahead. Would you let me put my trust in your great plan? All I want is to have a little wisdom, and all I want is to grace you with my speech. Ooh, when I speak your name, Jesus. Dear Lord, help me follow your direction. Show me how to walk in spirit up the path. Please, Lord, would you take care of my friends? Some need healing, some need a second chance. All I want is to honor and obey. All I want is to know just what to say. When I speak your name, Jesus. Out of all the noise in the world that surrounds me, I can feel your loving arms around me. Your peace is a gift in my heart that found me. Who am I to be so blessed? Dear Lord, would you take away my fears? Help me wipe away my worries and my tears. All I want is to have a little wisdom, and all I want is to grace you with my speech. All I want is to honor and obey, and all I want is to know just what to say. Ooh, when I speak your name. Ooh, when I speak your name. Ooh, when I speak your name, Jesus.
Her name is Brenda Best, and that is a great country gospel song on the radio tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio and the Tim Kelly Show. It is called Speak Your Name, and before that, another great tune by Brenda Best called Summer. It still feels like summer here in Branson, Missouri. It was almost 90 degrees today, and we got a couple of more days of heat, and we're going to get that fall break finally by the weekend. You can check out the full weekly weather forecast on the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. If you're planning a trip to Branson, better check that. You might need an umbrella here real soon. We're in a drought right now. We got nothing from Hurricane Helena, so it got a little bit of wind and some drizzle, but that was it. Man, we sure pray for those on the East Coast, though, that were affected by this horrific storm. And if you can help in any way, I'll tell you one thing that's a good bet to donate to is the Salvation Army. They help everybody affected by a tragedy like that. I was in the Joplin, Missouri F5 tornado back in 2011 and also in the Branson tornado leap year of 2012. So yeah, I'm the tornado boy. So they definitely help. There was free food everywhere in Joplin provided by the Salvation Army. That is a great cause to donate to and help those affected by this horrific hurricane. And I've got another great radio interview. I'm going to be talking to Mackenzie McKetty, Austin's sister, here in just a little bit after we play one more by Brenda Best. But I also want to say that I'm interviewing her too real soon. We've got that confirmed, and my full interview schedule is at the bottom of the homepage of the website as well, check it out. Got some really good interviews coming up, including William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys for a second time. Brenda Best with her new single called The Bitter End on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Toxic emotions left us dying on the vine. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. The bitter don't match up with real time. Couldn't see the warnings. Guess love is blind. Like an addiction, still burning with desire. There's no rekindling flames when only one feeds the fire. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally ended, it's the bitter end. We started out so sweet, has soured over time. There's no saving grace when love's not genuine. The bitter end, bitter end. Love is finally over, it's the bitter end. It's a bitter end. The bitter end. Love is finally ended. It's a bitter end.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and every artist on the program is getting played 3 times in a row tonight. And this next young lady, I'm excited to play 3 from her, and we're going to have a great interview. Mackenzie McKetty is with us tonight. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for doing the show tonight. I appreciate your time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very happy that you're having me on.
Yeah, you're from down around my old stomping grounds of southeast Oklahoma. You're in McLeod, Oklahoma, and I was telling you I lived in Colgate and Ada, where Blake Shelton's from, for about 20 years.
Yep. Well, I'm an Oklahoma girl, that's for sure.
Yeah, love it. You're working with Clarksville Creative Sound, though, and my good friend Kurt Ryle and those folks over there, and Dina Wood promoted you to me, and I'm sure glad she did.
Yes. I've been with Clarksville Creative Sound and Kurt Ryle for a little while now, and Dina Wood. I actually just got back from Tennessee a couple days ago from a songwriting retreat and filming for a new TV show.
There you go. And
so
anything that we can find real easy on our TV?
Oh, well, yes. It'll be a new network called American Country Network. That'll be on all networking. It'll be on Roku, and you should be able to pull up your cable, and it'll be a channel to go watch here up and coming very, very soon.
Boy, that sounds good. I'm going to look that up. American Country Network. I'm glad we had this conversation already. I hadn't heard of that one. So.
Yeah, it'll be coming out very soon. We're really excited about it.
Awesome. You are an exceptional fiddle player from what I'm reading and a multi-award winner, and you got some great storytelling abilities too. We're going to talk about a little bit of all of that, but let me ask you about playing the fiddle, because I'm in Branson, Missouri, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of great talent here as well, and at the Dutton Theater, I know she's won Fiddle Player of the Year, the lady that plays at the Dutton Theater several times. So how did you learn to play the fiddle? Did you self-taught or did you take lessons?
Well, my grandpa actually plays fiddle as well and got me started on fiddle when I was 6. And so I started taking lessons when I was 6 years old. I'm playing country music, but my dad is a musician as well. And so he poured into me a lot in terms of being able to play with a band. And he got my little brother Austin started up after that. So we've been playing in our family band ever since I was 6 years old.
You guys are super talented. Austin's fun to talk to too. And so it runs in a family, huh?
Yep, music is very, very deep rooted in our family, that's for sure.
That is awesome. And, there's a lot of genres out there, and young people listen to a lot of different things. I did too when I was growing up. I was an 80s kind of guy until that 90s country came along from mostly these Oklahoma folks like Garth and Toby Keith and Blake Shelton back in the day. Yep. But why country music for you?
Well, for me, country music has always been what's been playing in my household. Like I said, my dad plays steel guitar, and so every time, I'd be growing up, I'd hear my dad playing. He had a Waylon Jennings tribute band, so I grew up hearing him sing Waylon Jennings, and so, and especially with being so in love with the fiddle, country music and the fiddle just plays such a big part in that. And so for me, I'm just very passionate about keeping traditional country music alive and really looking up to all my heroes like Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette and Bob Wills, and really making it a point to keep that music alive, and that's why I'm so passionate about it.
That is awesome. And it says that you're also inspired by your life experiences to make country music too. So as a young person, I think that's really neat, that it has an impact on your life from a very early age. And now, how old were you when you started singing and playing?
Well, I started playing fiddle when I was 6, and then when I was around 7 or 8 is when I started to sing on stage for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have big time stage fright?
Oh, there was at one point, I think I was like 8 or 9. There's a video. My mom has a video of it. I ran off the stage because I forgot the words to Coat of Many Colors.
Oh my goodness!
And I ran off the stage, and my dad made me go back out there and start all over again. So I've learned from a very early age that the show must go on.
I love it. We've got a Dolly Parton Theater here in Branson, and isn't she phenomenal? And so
she's another big inspiration of mine.
That is one of my wife's favorite movies, and it was coming on here a while back around Christmas time. Jennifer Nettles playing that, so that was good stuff. I love that movie. We also want to talk about, so you went from stage fright to opening for folks like Gene Watson, Johnny Rodriguez, Mason Ramsey, the late Bobby Flores, who was a Grammy Award winner. That's good stuff.
Yes. We've had many opportunities along the way to be able to open. With me and Austin, my little brother, actually just a few weeks ago opened up for Diamond Rio as well. And so we've been real busy, playing shows, and very, very grateful that we have so many people who have poured into us and helped us. And Bobby Flores, like you mentioned, was a really big one, especially who helped me grow in the fiddle. I've attended the Bobby Flores music camp a lot, me and my brother both, over the years there in Texas. So very grateful for those opportunities.
That's good stuff. Now, I do know that Gene Watson is a member of the Grand Ole Opry, too. I bet you that's a goal of yours to one day be in that half circle playing at the Grand Ole Opry, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Of course. That would be a dream come true. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to, stand in that half circle and, be performing at the Grand Ole Opry. And, it's always been a dream of mine. I'm going to keep working towards it every day.
Yeah. I saw, too, that you performed for the late Shoji Tabuchi, who passed away here a while back in Branson. And, I never got to meet him, but I've been to some different shows now in Branson since he passed, and they've done some great tributes to him. He is super talented and known for playing the fiddle.
Oh yes, that was a great show. That was he was being inducted into the National Fiddlers Hall of Fame here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and me and my little brother Austin, we were scholarship recipients from that organization, so we were kind of a scholarship showcase, and I got the chance to meet him and see him perform, and what a showman, that's for sure, a great entertainer, and it was just a great experience.
Absolutely, he was something else, legend here in Branson.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And now let me ask you this too. That just brings this up, and I help a lot of artists maybe come here and get some gigs. Have you ever played in Branson or been here?
I have been to Branson actually over this last Thanksgiving. We went to Branson and watched a lot of the shows, and we haven't ever performed there, but I went and watched, and I was very impressed with all of the shows, and we would love to be able to perform there. It was a great experience, and all the shows were top notch.
Well, I can't but think that you might be able to do that. I'm working with a couple of theaters here in Branson. I'm doing the Branson Show Awards actually, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And there's this show that I've got on my website called Branson Country USA. It's a neat variety show where they showcase a lot of different talent. And they've had Rhonda Vincent's been here many times. Of course, she moved to Missouri now, and then Leona Williams, who was married to Merle Haggard at one time. And I've seen a lot of those, and some of the artists that I'm playing on this radio program have gotten in there too. So we'll see if we can't pitch you to them. And
that would be amazing. We would love that.
Maybe I'll get you to meet you in Branson in person.
Oh, yes, that would be fantastic.
Awesome. I saw, too, that you've played at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. That's a big deal in Oklahoma City, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. We've been able to perform there quite a few times at their annual Chuck Wagon Festival with our family band, and it's always a great time, and it's so neat to be able to go into the museum and see the history and all that. So it's definitely a really big deal here in Oklahoma.
Yeah. The Nashville Zoo in Nashville, Tennessee. I have never been to the zoo there. I've been to Nashville many times, but I've never been to the zoo. I'm always afraid they'll try to keep me. And the world-famous Longhorn Saloon in Fort Worth.
Yes, I've been able to play there. Well, I was actually on the Penny Gilley show that aired on RFD TV. That's where Penny Gilley has her show, and so I've been able to play there, and I've been playing fiddle with a few bands there. I'll actually be heading up there again in September. So yeah, that's always a great place to play. You know, the music is so lively there in Texas, so it's just a great time every time I get to go.
Absolutely. Now, you're a young lady, and I know better than to ask a young lady's age. I'm not going to do that, but what are your classmates, and I'm sure you're in school or maybe you're homeschooled, I don't know, you can tell us that too, but what do those young folks around you, if you go to school, think of you getting on the radio and all this kind of stuff like you're doing tonight?
Yeah, well, I actually go to college at Southwestern Oklahoma State University in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and I'm majoring in music therapy. So because I'm in the music major, they all think it's really, really cool and are really supportive. Even a lot of my teachers, when I have to miss class for music-related events, they're pretty understanding and pretty supportive. So I'm pretty lucky that I have such an amazing, support system with my peers that are also musicians that are really, really excited for me.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned you're majoring in music therapy. Boy, isn't music just that? It's therapy for a lot of people. I talked to a lot of folks, but, some in particular are veterans of this country, and I've talked to my good buddy John Eason several times. He's a 5-tour veteran, and he said music saved his life. He was actually at the point of wanting to commit suicide, but it was it was music that saved him. And isn't that true, that it helps you in so many ways heal of different things that you're going through, but it helps others, and they can relate to it as well?
Absolutely, that's so true, and that's why I'm so glad that I discovered music therapy in this growing field of musicians that are, finding work in hospitals and, like you said, VA centers and schools to use the power of music as a healing and therapeutic tool. And so I'm so glad that you did mention that, because that's so true, because I've always wanted to use my love for music to help others, and this is a way to do it so directly and on an even more personal level than just, putting my music out there for people to listen to.
Absolutely. The music that we're going to play tonight, maybe you didn't write specifically, but let's talk about that process a little bit too, because I love hearing the stories behind the songs. That's why I do the interviews. When do you find time to write? Is it something that is a passion of yours to the point where you make time, or is it something that happens in your life and say, hey, that's a song title right there, I got to write that down?
Right. right. Well, there's quite a few songs of mine that I've released that I have written, and one that I actually co-wrote with my mom. And for me, songwriting is actually something that kind of just comes, out of nowhere. There's sometimes when I try to sit down and write a song and I just can't think of anything. And there's other times when, like you said, something will go through my head in a random song title. I know one song that I wrote that I haven't released yet. I was sitting in my grandpa's music room and I saw this candle that said fresh linen, and I ended up writing a song about this guy cheating on his wife, and she finds out because all the sheets keep getting washed or something like that. And so it can be something random like that, or a life experience. And so for me, it's just when I feel the moment or a song coming on in my head or a melody, I just sit down and go with it.
I'm definitely not cheating on my wife then, I can tell.
Yeah, and so I really love writing songs, especially, like I said, because I do have a musical family. Sometimes me and my dad will sit down and write a song together, or one song that I have out there called Ain't a Little Girl No More is a song that my mom wrote, and then I took it and put the music to it, and so I love being able to collaborate like that with my family as well.
I've got one for you. Somebody washed my sheet of music.
Hey, that's a good one.
I left it in my pants and somebody washed my sheet of music.
Oh, no. But hey, I don't think that's been done before. So.
Well, we've got a better one. We got one of your first songs that we're going to play tonight called Trip Over My Heart. Tell us about this one, Mackenzie.
Yeah, well, this is a song that Kurt Ryle was a co-writer on, and he pitched it to me when I went down there. And of course, since I'm such a big fan of traditional country, and when he played it for me and I heard that 4/4, shuffle, that's definitely right up my alley. And so I really, really thought it would be a really cool song to record. And so I went ahead and took it and recorded it.
Well, I tell you what, I've listened to all of them, and they're fantastic. And I was telling you before we got started, I was going to let you pick the 3 songs we're playing tonight, of course. Yep. But you guys make my job really hard on what I'm going to play on a particular show. And we call it New Country's Best around here, and I can definitely say that after every one of your songs playing.
Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Her name is Mackenzie McKetty. Now, your name is spelled a little bit different. We'll talk about that here in a minute when we talk about your social media. But we're going to expose the song to the folks, and we're going to come back and talk some more with Mackenzie McKetty. This is called Trip Over My Heart on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
You're back in town and you're hell-bound to win me back the way you always do. You grin, you win. Here
her name is Mackenzie McKetty, and that is a great song called Trip Over My Heart, and one of three that we're going to play for you tonight on Triple Play Thursday. Great job on that one, young lady.
Thank you so much. I love that one, and that's actually my most recent single that I just released actually a couple days ago.
There you go, and I think that's how I found you in my email. Dina's on top of it.
Yes, she is.
And your name is spelled different. I had never saw this spelling of Mackenzie. Tell us how to spell your name. I'm looking at it, but I'll let you tell it.
Yeah, so it's MacKenzie.
Mackenzie. That is different. You're unique and different, though, and that's what it's all about.
Well, well, my mom says that she didn't like a lot of Mackenzies, are spelled with a Z, and she just said she didn't like Z's, so that's why she made it an S.
Yep. Me and your mom's been talking back and forth about you, too. You and Austin. She's got some talented young kiddos.
Oh, yeah. Well, we call her our momager. A lot of people always ask if she is, musically inclined. And she, even though she may not be, she does all the business side and books all our gigs and makes our merchandise. So she's the momager for sure, and we couldn't do it without her.
Man, I'll tell you what, I've heard that term many times doing this radio program over the last 12, going on 13 years. And I sure love helping the young artists that are super talented like you and Austin get discovered and get radio airplay. Because, you mentioned Loretta Lynn and some of these artists back in the day. They used to be able to walk into a radio station and give them a 45 or something like that to play and ask them to do it, and they'd put it right on the radio. But it just don't work like that anymore, huh?
Nope, you're so right, and that's why we're so grateful that, people like you and other DJs, are giving us that chance to get out there and be on the radio, and so very, very grateful, and we couldn't do it without y'all as well.
Well, I appreciate it. And I was telling you off the air, I started in McAlester, Oklahoma, my first FM radio job back in 1999, and I just met a gentleman here in Branson. We had breakfast the other day. His name's Andy Purcell. He's from Florida. And he's on this radio tour, and he called me up, and he wanted to come and see me. So I said, sure, let's get together. And we did. And then the very next day, he's headed to McAlester, Oklahoma, and he was there yesterday at my old station at K101. And it was brought back a lot of memories because he did it on Facebook Live, and the DJ that was on the air is actually sitting in the seat I used to sit in about 25 years ago.
That's a full circle moment.
That was, and it was neat to see. But, that's where I became Tim Kelly on the radios back there in 1999 in McAlester, Oklahoma.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Oklahoma's not a bad place to be if you love country music, is it?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Oklahoma definitely has, we've played, me and my brother and my dad and our band, the McKetty Band, we've played all over the state of Oklahoma at different festivals and events. And every time we go, usually it works out because people want a traditional country band and want to have a good music to dance to. And so we're definitely the people to call for that.
That is for sure. Now, other than your family, your brother, or anything like that, I'm going to ask you a question and make you think a little bit. What is Mackenzie McKetty's dream gig? An artist that you would like to either open for or somebody you would like to do a duet with? They could be alive or they could be past. Who would it be?
Oh, well, I think for me, obviously one of the biggest influences I've ever had was Loretta Lynn, and she was the very first song I ever learned was Coal Miner's Daughter. So she is definitely up there for me that I would want to do a duet with her. But another one, for me would be, Bob Wills, especially. I'm a big fan of Western swing, and especially being a fiddle player. And for me, playing the fiddle is just as much as a part of being my artistry as my singing. So it would be a dream come true to be able to open for the one and only Bob Wills, and for me, that would be a dream come true.
I'm amazed by that because you young artists like yourself are still listening to and influenced by the traditional country music artists. I've got a classic country radio station on my website that plays 24/7 when I'm not doing this show, and I love those classics too, and that's your goal as an independent artist and doing what you're doing is to get a song that resonates with somebody so much that, they'll be playing that on the radio 25, 30 years from now, huh?
Right, yeah, that is obviously my dream goal is for people, years and years from now to be able to listen to my music and, enjoy it just as much as I am with Loretta Lynn and Bob Wills today.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Your next song we're going to play, there is an amusement park here in Branson. It's called Silver Dollar City. You may have been there. They also have Dollywood and Pigeon Forge. They own the same one, the same family, but they have a ride here. It's a roller coaster ride, and it's called Powder Keg. That's the title of this next song. Tell us about it.
Yes, well, this song was written by an amazing writer that works with Clarksville Creative Sound and with Kurt Ryle. His name is Greg Tardy. And he wrote this song and sent it to Kurt, and Kurt said he instantly thought of me for it. And so I went and listened to it, and it's actually a little different than something I would normally do. But when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, I really loved it. It's a great song. I'm usually a pretty sweet person, but this song kind of made me sound a little crazy maybe. But I just really loved it. I thought it was a great song and was going to be really great for me. It's one of my favorites that I've recorded.
Well, you mentioned earlier about how to know if somebody cheats. Carrie Underwood had a song before he cheats that she went a little crazy on too, huh?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and Kurt, every time Kurt he hears a song, he goes, Mackenzie, this song really ain't nothing like your real personality, but you sing it, so you sell it, just and I'm like, well, it's just such a great song, and sometimes great songs can bring that side out of you, I guess.
Absolutely. She's from Shoto, Oklahoma down there, or Shakota, Oklahoma, rather, and right down there on 69 Highway. I've been down there. I used to sell insurance down there back in 06, 07, and she won American Idol in 05. Can you believe it's that long ago? And we went, and my buddy was dead set on meeting her mom and trying to sell her a policy. We did. He knocked on her door. We got to meet her, but she didn't buy our policy, but at least we got to meet Carrie Underwood's mom.
Yeah, hey, that's still a great thing to put on the bucket list.
One of these days, I'm going to get to meet your mom and get to meet you in Austin as well, and I look forward to that. Been a fun interview tonight. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Where can folks find you on social media, and if they want to check out more of your music other than what we're playing tonight?
Absolutely. Well, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Mackenzie McKetty Music. And like I said, my name was spelled weird, so I hope y'all caught how to spell it. So yeah, on Facebook and Instagram at Mackenzie McKetty Music. I also have a website that's MackenzieMcKettyMusic.com. You can go to that website and find all of the music, find links to my YouTube page, to my Spotify account. So I would definitely go check out the website.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to play Powder Keg next, but then the third song going to kick off the top of the next hour is called Don't Get Me Wrong. Tell us about that one as well.
Yeah. Well, this song was actually pretty special. It was written by a really great, another writer that works with Kurt Ryle and Clarksville Creative Sound. Her name is Linda Bull, and she is someone who's been very supportive of me from the start, and she sent this song to Kurt, and she actually thought that it would be great for me, and she said she initially thought of me when she wrote it. And she's someone who helped sponsor me to be able to go to the Miss Oklahoma competition that I competed at the beginning of June. And so I really wanted to release this kind of as a thank you to her for helping me and sponsoring me for Miss Oklahoma.
Well, that is awesome, and congratulations on all of that you've got going on.
Thank you.
We know you're going to do quite well in the world of music, and we're going to keep playing your music as well on this program. And you're going out to 10 other radio stations tonight, by the way, all over the country and all over the world by one click of a button. Isn't that cool about internet radio?
That is so amazing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I love doing it, and love having you on tonight. This is our first interview, but I hope it's not our last. Come back real soon if you want.
Oh, I will. I hope so, too. I've enjoyed it.
Me, too. You guys have a great fall, and we'll see you on the radio, as they say around here. She is the brother of Austin McKetty, or the sister, of Austin McKetty. This is Mackenzie, Mackynnsie, McKetty. This is called Power Keg on the Tim Kelly Show on KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming with the charge you set in place. So I've been hiding in a bunker to your latest fall from grace. You're running round on me, gave me the primer and the load. Now this powder keg you're dancing on is ready to explode. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come. and candles set ablaze. You saw fire in my eyes. So you like to play with matches and watch the torch burning high. But this powder keg that you've unleashed is gonna rain down from the sky. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart. And this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
My arms are empty, but my mind is full of painful memories seen from the 2020 hindsight of a fool. My phone is silent, but my heart is breaking loud enough to hear the sights and sounds of a love gone bad are almost more than I can bear.
Her name is Mackenzie McKetty, Mackenzie McKetty Music, if you want to follow her on social media. And that is a great triple play right there, and I had a great time talking to her as well. She is the sister of Austin McKetty in the previous hour that I interviewed, and their friend Sienna Rose is coming up in hour number 3 here in just a little bit after this next triple play that is getting ready to kick off hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show. And Dad sends me a friend request while I'm interviewing his children tonight, so we connected on social media just now. And follow me over there on TikTok as well. I'm at Tim Kelly on Air, and I'm on the air on our YouTube channel at KICR Indie Country Radio. You can see this face for radio if you're not on my Facebook account on Facebook Live. Got a great waterfall background and a great fall theme, and boy, you can sure fall for these young people that I'm interviewing on the radio tonight. They are super, super talented and keeping traditional country music alive. I love that as well. Welcome to hour number 3 of the show. Tim Kelly Show is on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Just scroll down just a little bit and you'll see a player that says Radio Boss. That has the live show. There's also a QR code there. You can download the Tim Kelly Show app and get notified when I go live every Thursday and Friday night on 7 o'clock Central Time from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. This next artist is from Canada. Her name is Laura Bell Jack. This is called Night and Day. Kicking off hour number 3 of the show on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Would've kept on walking if I knew you were in here. Salt, shot, lime, it's still clear. Cheating, nothing left here to believe in. Forgive me if I'm all out of tears. Your midnight last call just leaves me cold. There's someone warm waiting for me at home. It took a while, but it dawned on me, for me to see the light. You had to walk away all night, and he's dead. You promised the stars and the moon to me. He says things he really means. You don't throw away words like forever, like who I am when we're together. 24/7, he's where I wanna be. Your midnight last call just leaves me cold. There's someone warm waiting for me at home. It took a while, but it dawned on me, for me to see the light. You had to walk away all night, and he's dead. Your night, and he's dead. If I write this story on the radio song some night when you're listening all alone, you can sing along in the dark with it. I know you know your part in it. Your midnight last call just leaves me cold. There's someone warm waiting for me at home. It took a while, but it dawned on me, for me to see the light. You had to walk away.
Song number 2.
ridiculous when I see your name. I swear my mind plays tricks on my brain, thinking of silly situations with me and you. It's stupid to think because it won't come true. Overthinking, overthinking about you. Overthinking scenarios I know won't come true because I know I am nothing to you. I know you know me, I know you know me well. But what you don't know is how I really feel. Believe me, I'm trying to move on to someone new. But boy, I think about you in everything I do. Overthinking, overthinking about you. Overthinking scenarios I know won't come true because I know I am nothing to you. I'm just a one in a million. I'm just a one in a million. Thousands of stars tonight, but I'm not one in your eyes just now. I'm just one in a million girls. Let's be quite honest here. You have your pick of a million girls in the world just for you to choose. Then there's me, who you see has been overthinking. Overthinking, overthinking about you. Overthinking scenarios I know won't come true because I know I am nothing to you. I'm just a one in a million. I'm just a one in a million. Thousands of stars tonight, but I'm not one in your eyes just now. I'm just one in a million girls.
Her name is Laura Bell Jack. That is called Overthinking. And before that, Night and Day. We'll have one more from her in just a moment. But I want to thank Lauren Tuddy and Kim Tuddy from Lauren Tuddy Promotions from Canada for sending that talented young lady my way. New Country's best, ladies and gentlemen, on the radio tonight. I've got another great radio interview coming up after this next song. Her name is Sienna Rose. She also knows Austin McKetty and Mackenzie McKetty, and she is also from Oklahoma. We'll be talking to her right after we play Lights On from Laura Bell Jack, the third one in her triple play on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
It didn't look like this yesterday. I was doing just fine on my own. Bland stares and a heartbreak and a letdown and another lonely soul. That's where I thought my heart was, where I thought it would be. And I swore off love, ever loving anybody, anything. Skied away for the best of the side, and a horse just knows when it wants to run. You can't tell the rain how it should fall, and I couldn't keep you from making that call. I've been sitting in the dark, all on my own, till you came along. Who knew that you turned the lights on? I think it was a stop, like a start, just in our tracks where we were. Oh, the heat of the night burning down on the town, on the both of us. A little later on, we were one dancing. You were into me, but you didn't like the band. You smiled, second to see you again. I took your phone, put my number in. Skied away for the best of the side, and a horse just knows when it wants to run. You can't tell the rain how it should fall, and I couldn't keep you from making that call. I've been sitting in the dark, all on my own, till you came along. Who knew that you turned the lights on? Everybody sees the way that you got me shining. You got me feeling like I'm worth more than all of the diamonds. The sky don't wait for the best of the sun, and a horse just knows when it wants to run. You can't tell the rain how it should fall, and I couldn't keep you from making that call. I've been sitting in the dark, all on my own, till you came along. Who knew that you turned the lights on? You turned the lights
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, so every artist on the program gets played 3 times in a row. This is going to be kind of unique. This young artist that I'm getting ready to interview, it's going to be her first time doing a radio interview, and she has a debut single out that's all she's got of her own original, but we're going to put her in there with a good mix of a couple of other artists for this Triple Play. You're going to love it. Her name is Sienna Rose. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You are from Allen, Oklahoma, real close to where I spent 20 years down there in southeast Oklahoma, real close to Ada. I lived there. I lived in Atoka and Colgate, so we were probably neighbors way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You're only 15. That was before you were thought of. So.
Uh-huh. I know it.
Yeah. Well, man, it's sure good to have you on the program, and brings back a lot of memories when we talk about down there in that area. That was good memories for me. My first radio job was in McAllister, Oklahoma at K101. That's where I became Tim Kelly, and been doing this program now for 12 years, and it all comes around full circle, and we end up meeting somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I just interviewed a couple of your friends, Austin and Mackenzie McKetty. They're brother and sister, and you play with those folks too. They're from McLeod, Oklahoma.
Yes, sir, I do.
That is awesome. So how long have you known them? You grow up with them, around them?
Well, I met them, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago at a fiddle camp, and then ever then I've been going to their gigs, and then I was playing with them just at the house and stuff like that. And then one day Mackenzie came up to me and she was like, "Hey, well, we want you to be featured in our band." And I was like, "Okay, great." So that was a couple years ago, I want to say. So I've been playing everywhere with them since then.
That is awesome. Now you're 15 years old. How long you been doing music? I think you've been singing before you could talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I used to make up songs about everything whenever I was little.
Nice.
And I've been playing fiddle since I was about 9. And I self-taught myself guitar at age, I want to say 11 or 12.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm in Branson, Missouri. They call this the live show capital of the world. There's lots of great theaters here, lots of places to play. They love traditional country music and bluegrass and that kind of thing. And I see that you specialize in classic country music, western swing, folk, and gospel, and they love that all here.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that would be fantastic to have you in Branson. Have you ever been here?
No, I have not, actually.
Well, we got to fix that. Okay. Yep. We got a show. I play it on my website. It's called Branson Country USA, and they've been bringing in a lot of artists from all over the place that are getting featured on there. So I could definitely see you getting on that program. So I'll get you that info too. So we'll see if we can't make something happen.
All right.
You started playing fiddle at age 9, guitar at age 12. Self-taught, or did you take lessons?
Well, I took lessons for the fiddle, but I self-taught myself guitar.
Wow. That is really cool. I just interviewed an artist that told me that, he was hanging around other guys that were playing Guitar Hero on Xbox or something like that. And he says, "Man, you might as well learn how to play real guitar." And that's what he did.
My gosh.
There's a lot of cool technology out there. And he said that, they're recording out of their home studios. And you're working with my good buddy Kurt Ryle, though, at Clarksville Creative Sound. Man, he's got some good artists that he's been pitching to me here lately. I just interviewed a young lady, I think she's 13, Ariel Franz. She is fantastic, too.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's really, really good, as are you, and folks are going to find that out when they hear Palm of Your Hand, your debut single. Now, have you gotten into songwriting yet? I'd like to talk about that a little bit in the program, but let me ask you that. Have you done any of that?
Well, I've done it at the house and stuff, just ideas, throwing ideas in there and stuff, but I've never really showed anybody my notebook of songs I've wrote yet.
Okay. Well, that's coming, I guarantee you. I think you've got that talent, too. And when I was down there in Oklahoma, there's so much in real life that is a country song, They're driving those country back roads. I used to love to go bass fishing out there and find those farm ponds. And I know my ex-brother-in-law was a big hunter, loved to deer hunt and stuff like that. Just some real country stuff down there to do in Oklahoma. So let me ask you that, too. Away from music, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I have 3 horses. I love to go ride horses with my friends and stuff like that. I love to hunt and fish and just explore the creeks and stuff.
Nice.
we have a lot out here, so I love to just walk through there and look at everything.
Yep. We do that here in Missouri, too. My wife and I like to tour these old mills. They've got one here in Ozark where we live that actually the owner of Bass Pro Shop redid years ago. And when the water gets really high, that thing would flood all the time. So they actually moved it off its foundation and moved it over and built that up so it wouldn't flood. And now there's a neat restaurant down in there and everything. So, we love to watch those water wheels and that kind of thing, and those streams. It's really neat. There's a lot of the scenic areas like that here in the Missouri Ozarks, too.
Yeah.
So, you would absolutely love that here. Now, are you an only child, or do you have any brothers and sisters? And if so, are they musically inclined in any way like you?
I have 3 siblings. I have 2 sisters and a little brother. But no, one of my older sisters, she used to play ukulele, but she doesn't anymore. I don't know why. She's really good, but so far I'm the only one that does music. I'm trying to teach my little brother guitar, and we'll see how that goes. But
okay. Well, hey, that's neat when your sister can help you, teach you an instrument and stuff like that. And I love that when you get the family support, and I know your mom's that way because we've been texting back and forth for this interview today, and a lot of young ones like yourself, when you go out on the road or something like that, if you get to that point, they call them momagers, where your mom is actually your manager. And so it is great to see that, because when a parent believes their child has talent, man, they back them 150%. And I'm sure that's the way you feel with your folks.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get to do a lot of cool stuff, too. You get to play with Austin and Mackenzie. And I see that you also sing and play in church and some small venues. And it says that you'll sing the national anthem forever, whoever asks.
Yep, I will.
That is awesome. There's a lot of great venues out there, but, I know there's these more smaller venues that, when you're in those kind of intimate settings, it's really cool when, and you're just getting started, but when people know your original music and they're singing along, I guarantee you that's going to make you feel good when that happens.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell me about this song that we're going to play for you called Palm of Your Hand and how this came about for you. Was this a song pitched to you and somebody wrote for you, or did you pick it up and just say, hey, I love that, I'll take it?
Well, I went to Kurt's house expecting to, sing a couple of these songs that he gave me before, and then once he heard my voice, he got on his computer and he was looking up songs and he gave me Palm of Your Hand. It's actually an old Buck Owens song.
Okay. Wow.
So he was like, I think this will fit your voice and I want you to, look at it tonight and then come back to me in the morning and see if you want to record it. I was like, okay, great. And then the next morning I was like, I love this song and I want to cut it. So that's how it went.
That is awesome. Now you mentioned the voice. You've definitely got a voice. I'm going to put you in rotation with a couple of other artists. Ardra McLaughlin is going to be the second song we're going to play tonight. She was on Team Blake of season number 6 of NBC's The Voice. And then the third song tonight is going to be by Jordan Rayner. She's from where I used to live down there close to Otoka, Oklahoma. And she's going to be the third one. She was on season number 24 of The Voice. That was Team Reba's first season, and she made it all the way to the top 9. So let me ask you this. Any aspirations to maybe get on some of those talent competitions like The Voice, American Idol, America's Got Talent, or anything like that?
Well, I've been told I need to try to get on The Voice and stuff like that, but that was by my grandparents, of course. But I don't know. I've kind of thought about it a little bit, and maybe one day it'll actually happen. I don't know.
Do you have a song in mind, if that happened, that you would pick that you think really fits your voice, like Palm of Your Hand or something like that?
Actually, I don't know. I'd probably have to think about that a little bit more.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question then. Who is some of the male or female artists that inspire you that you think maybe I would pick one of their songs because they're one of the favorites, or somebody I listened to growing up on the radio? Who might be some of those names?
Well, I'm really into that older country, way back then. So I'm really inspired by, like Connie Smith and Patsy Cline, and especially Loretta Lynn. I love her. All her music, love it.
Yep. Man, I love hearing that. I hear that all the time. In fact, you mentioned Patsy Cline. She's been gone longer than you've been alive and still has that influence on young ladies like you. That is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a classic country radio station that plays around the clock 24/7 when I'm not doing this show, so you need to click on that and listen to it one of these days. And it's right at the top of KICRIndyCountryRadio.com. Click Classic Country Radio, and there's an app, too. You can scan that QR code and save it to your device. You can listen to it in your car or whatever, and it's just all music 24/7, and some of those ones that you mentioned, man, that's some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. You will absolutely love it. You know, that inspired me to want to do country radio. It was that 90s country, again, before you were born, and hard to believe that was 25 years ago. Now we're talking about 90s country. But mostly those Oklahoma artists like Toby Keith, Blake Shelton, Vince Gill hosted the CMA Awards 13 years straight, I believe. And those artists, and Garth from Oklahoma, that got me wanting to do country radio, because that's what everybody was listening to when I moved to Oklahoma in 1990.
Yeah.
So, and they're still growing strong. And only Garth could take about 10 years off and then come back and win CMA Entertainer of the Year, huh?
Yeah.
He's something else. But, you know, he's gotten into radio too. He's on this app called TuneIn, which I am also on, and he's got about 7 radio stations. So he believes that artists like you, Sienna, need to be found, need to be discovered, need to be heard on the radio. And that's exactly the way I believe. And 12 years into doing this show, I'm still amazed by the talent that is out there. And it's great to have you on tonight too.
Thank you.
You and Austin and Mackenzie are all super talented. In fact, you guys just went to Nashville together before we recorded this interview, and that was really neat to see you guys there at the airport and get ready to get on a plane and go make country music. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was my first time flying.
Really?
Let me I was scared.
Ooh.
I was so...
Yeah, I hear that. First time flying, first time radio interviewing, and you're doing pretty good. We'll see if we can't stick the landing tonight, huh?
All right.
Well, I appreciate having you on. It has been a treat talking to you. And let me ask you this, too, though. What is your dream gig, an artist that maybe you would like to open for or maybe sing a duet with? Who might be some names we might know on that?
I don't know. Probably like a duet with like George Strait would be awesome.
Oh, man, there you go. 60 number ones. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah, no, and I've said this all the time. If I played George Strait's just his number ones, I couldn't do it in a 3-hour show like I do on this program. It would take longer than that to do 60 songs. You know, and I couldn't do much talking, that is for sure. I'd have to let George do all the singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know that that'll ever be repeated. But before him, with 51 number one hits, was Conway Twitty, and he sang a lot of duets with Loretta Lynn. He passed away in Springfield, Missouri, which is just north of me in Branson. I actually work another gig in Springfield, and you know, all he had to do was say "Hello, darling," and the rest is history, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Buck Owens, he had his buddy Roy Clark had a theater here in Branson, and he used to host Hee Haw, a great show that I grew up watching back in the 70s. And in fact, it's really neat to go back and see that Garth Brooks was on that show. That was one of his first live performances, was on Hee Haw back in the day.
Yeah.
So, and you probably go back and watch some of those shows too. And then Porter Wagner, you know, that discovered Dolly Parton, he's from West Plains, Missouri, which is about an hour away from me, an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, got a good history of country music here, so that's why I'm saying we got to get you to the middle of the country here in Branson. But, yeah, Allen, Oklahoma, that's not a bad place to be. Oklahoma's got a lot of great country music down there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, the great Toby Keith, he got into other things, and he kind of started this tradition, I guess, if you want to call it that, of these artists now opening up their own bar and grills. You know, he started I Love This Bar and Grill. Now Blake Shelton's got Old Red down there in Tishomingo that's not too close from you, and we went and toured that here about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be a cool place to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I did a few times. I was a little bit successful, but kind of not at the same time. I played a little bit of one of my friends' sets, if that makes sense.
Okay, yep. Well, I guarantee you can probably play the fiddle for anybody, huh?
No, I hope so. Everybody thinks that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, we went down there, and Blake Shelton's mom has a resale shop next door, and a lot of Blake's clothes are in there that he's actually worn. His flannel shirts were in there, and some of his jeans, whatever. Now, I'm not Blake Shelton's size. He's a lot taller than I am and everything, but we did find some deer horns. He goes out on his ranch and picks up these deer horns that shed their horns and their antlers. And we decorated our bedroom because we like that rustic look. So that was pretty cool to have some of Blake Shelton's stuff. So, yeah, go down there and check out his mom's store next to Old Red if you guys are down in the area at Tishomingo. It's pretty cool.
Oh, We go, well, my oldest sister, her name is Sierra, she loves Blake Shelton. She's always been obsessed with him. And so we go down there, I want to say like once a month. And she's been pretty good with Blake's mom or whatever.
Oh, cool.
So we go in there and shop quite a bit.
Yep. You know, years ago, me and a buddy of mine sold insurance out of Oklahoma down there. We were leaving out of Colgate every morning where I lived at the time. And my buddy wanted to go up to Shakota, Oklahoma, where Carrie Underwood's from, you know, and back in 2005, can you believe it? That's when she won American Idol. But her mom lived in that town still, and he said, I want to go knock on her door, because we were door-to-door selling insurance policy. And, of course, we got to meet her. She didn't buy the insurance policy, and then we're driving around town, and underneath this carport on the back of the spare tire cover, it said Carrie Underwood's grandpa, and I have no doubt that was probably her grandpa that lived there, too, so... A lot of great country music comes out of Oklahoma, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yep,
sure.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, it's been fun having you on. And I was going to say, I said Sierra by accident, and your sister's name is Sierra. You're Sienna. I bet that really confuses your mom, maybe, huh?
Yeah, all the time.
All
she
the
goes
time.
through the whole list of things before she gets to me.
Yep. That is, and my mom's the same way. I'm the oldest of 5 boys, and when we heard our middle name, that's when we knew she was serious.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's great having you on the program tonight. Where can folks find you on social media if they want to check out more from Sienna Rose?
My Facebook is just Sienna Rose. Well, I think it's Sienna Rose Music, but I'm not sure. It's one of the two.
Yep, it is.
But, and then my Instagram, I post quite a bit, or not quite a bit, but I post my music stuff on there most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's the 2 places that I post my music.
There you go. And yeah, I was tagging accidentally some gal from Canada that's got your same name, Sienna Rose, too. And I had to go back and take a second look, and I was like, that's not the one I'm going to be talking to tonight. I get a lot of great country music from Canada, too. They're just blowing it up right now. And I'm sure you will agree with this. You know, country music is universal. They love you in all of these other countries. I'm on 3 radio stations in Belgium. We got Germany. We got Ireland. We got a bunch of them over there overseas. And I see the stats on a lot of listeners. They're going to love your song tonight.
I sure hope so.
Absolutely. Well, you have been fun to talk to. Let's do this again. And it's your first radio interview. You pulled it off. We're going to stick the landing right now. How about that?
All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Let's do this again real soon. And have a great fall. And we'll see you on the radio, as I say around here.
All right. Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. Her name is Sienna Rose. This is called Palm of Your Hand on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I dance every time you pull the string. I cry every time you treat me mean. I lie when I say we're only friends. I know I'm right in the palm of your hand. I die every time you have a fling. I hurt every time you cause a scene. I lie when I say we've reached the end. I know I'm right in the palm of your hand. In the palm of your hand is where you got me. And why fear of losing you keeps me hanging on. You've got me right in the palm of your hand. In the palm of your hand is where you got me. And why I stay, I'll never understand. My fear of losing you keeps me hanging on. You've got me right in the palm of your hand. I know I'm right in the palm of your hand. Sunny cup of coffee, pack of cigarettes. The thunder breaks the silence, storms brewing in my head. Then the whiskey starts to burn, just like the candlelight. Stuck inside a memory, fading to the night. I don't wanna feel the sun, I just wanna feel the rain. Tread whiskey all night long, drown away my pain. Hide under a cloud till my love is gone, like the endless house. I don't wanna feel the sun. Waking up this morning, feel like hell again. Looking like a train wreck, off to work in hell. I'll be waiting for the night to console my broken heart. Light on the right, pull the blinds, sit here in the dark. I don't wanna feel the sun, I just wanna feel the rain. Tread whiskey all night long, drown away my pain. Hide under a cloud until my love is gone, like the enemy's house. I don't wanna feel the I just wanna feel the rain. Tread whiskey all night long, drown away my pain. Hide under a cloud until my love is gone, like the endless house. Oh, I don't wanna feel the sun. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
This morning, wrong side of the bed. Got a crick in my neck and a pounding head. I'm down to my last nerve. Don't you get on it. No, I don't want to talk and I don't want to kiss. Ain't nothing broke that you can fix. Kinda sounds like you ought to shut your mouth now, don't it? Make your own coffee, iron your own shirt, kiss your own self when you leave for work. Let the dog out to play in the yard, bring in the mail. No, it ain't that hard. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine with a pint of ice cream and a bottle of wine. And by the way, have a nice day. And if you get hungry, make your own damn sandwich. You didn't do nothing wrong, but it's all your fault. I don't need a reason to be ticked off. I wanna be mad, and you'd be wise to let me. Forget about me for a little while, and don't try so hard to make me smile. I'll let you know when I'm ready for you to come and get me. Oh, so make your own coffee and iron your own shirt, kiss your own self when you leave for work. Let the dog out to play in the yard, bring in the mail. No, it ain't that hard. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine with a pint of ice cream and a bottle of wine. And by the way, have a nice day. And if you get hungry, make your own damn sandwich. Chances are tomorrow I'll change my mind and I'll wake up and I'll be fine, okay? But baby, for today, make your own coffee and iron your own shirt, kiss your own self when you leave for work. Let the dog out to play in the yard and bring in the mail. Boy, it ain't that hard. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine with a pint of ice cream and a bottle of wine. Oh, by the way, have a nice day. And if you get hungry, make your own damn sandwich. I just need a day. I'll be fine tomorrow.
Her name is Jordan Rayner. She is from Atoka, Oklahoma. She was an alumni artist on season number 24 of NBC's The Voice. She was on Team Reba McEntire. You can check out your Damn Sandwich. That's a great song, and it's got a great video to it on YouTube as well, Miss Jordan Rayner. And before that, Audra McLaughlin from season number 6 of NBC's The Voice, Team Blake. And I Don't Want to Feel the Sun, another great tune, and boy, those ladies can sing. And talent on the radio tonight. How about the women of country music? Aren't they fantastic? Including Miss Sienna Rose. I want to thank her for a great radio interview tonight. It was her first, but I guarantee it won't be her last, won't be our last. She is great and love to have her back on the program anytime. Let's do another triple play from an artist I recently interviewed. His name is Randy Cobb. The title of this first song is called Amazing, and that is truly what it is on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
How I love your face, how I love your smile. It lights up a room like a neon glow from a harvest moon. When you laugh, it's free. When you stare at me, it flies to my soul like a ghost wind from your heart of gold. I never want to lose this or do anything to bruise this. us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. It's so amazing. All the same preaching, you're my very best friend. You stand by my side when the weather vane spins from those hurricane winds. Come and dream with me. Close your eyes, you'll see how forever feels as we hold hands through those daisy fields. I never want to lose this or do anything to bruise this. Hey, this thing will last us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. It's so amazing. Do anything to bruise this. This thing will last us all our days. What a gift to find this love of yours and mine. Oh, what a gift to find a love like yours and mine. It's so amazing. It's so amazing.
Song number 2.
Shotgun in a four-wheel drive. There's a full moon blaring on this Alabama night. Me and my boys looking for some fun, raising hell, chasing tail in that midnight sun. Turned left by the field, parked by the gate. Heard Waylon and Merle, Keith Whitley, then some Blake. Jumped on over, walked on in, and I said, my name's Randy, these boys are my friends. They were angels around, trouble in their eyes, with their pretty flannel shirts and their cut-off covered thighs. Dancing around, beers in their hands, by the water, by the fire, and they were raising some sand. And I smiled at one, she winked back at me. Next thing I knew, she was teaching birds and bees. What a night to remember, never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama streets. Now we couldn't believe we had come on such a dream with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. Me and my boys looking for some fun. What a time that we found under the midnight sun. That's the way it goes. Stuff is for real when you're riding shotgun with your buddies by a field. What a night to remember. Never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks. There were angels around, trouble in their eyes, with their pretty flannel shirts and their cut-off covered thighs. Dancing around, beers in their hands, by the water, by the firemen. They were raising some sand, and we couldn't believe we had come on such a dream with these country little cuties way out here in the trees. What a night to remember, never forget all the fun that we found in those Alabama sticks.
His name is Randy Cobb. I just recently had a great radio interview with him, and that is in the Tim Kelly Show archives. That is on the top of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Just search the artist that you want to listen to, and you might have to go down to the bottom where it says load more and find all of the artists that I've recently interviewed. There's a bunch of them, and I'm going to add 3 more tonight. Austin McKetty, Mackenzie McKetty, and Sienna Rose are all going into the Tim Kelly Show archives tonight, so you can listen to those over and over again. The artists can download them and share them on their social media should they wish to do so. Alabama Sticks and Amazing, 2 great songs by Randy Cobb, but this is Triple Play Thursday. Let's do the third one. It is called Not On Me, and this has a great video to it you got to check out on YouTube as well, from Randy Cobb on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Firing up my pickup, I'm on my way to work. 8 to 5 just to get mine, living life for what it's worth. Now I'm down to my last dollar, last cigarette. Still worried about tomorrow, but I ain't giving up yet. I'm not a preacher, damn it, I'm gonna preach. Everybody wants to get there fast, got a soul for you gonna read. You've got your hands out, but these handouts ain't for free. No, baby, not on me, baby, not on me. Oh, it's the backwood boys are yelling, not on me. That's what you're used to, but it's time for things to change. This living off the back of the working man's the wrong way to earn your pay. 'Cause we learn young how to do it. This is how we were born and raised. We wake up, go to work, make it home, go to church, love God, family, USA. You do it your way. Man, I've given all I think I can give. Made by the sweat of my brow, forged me the life that I live.
Once again, his name is Randy Cobb. That is C-O-B-B on the last name, and music by Randy Cobb on Facebook. That video is on YouTube. It is called Not On Me, Randy Cobb. He is fantastic, and again, he's in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. I want to thank Mackenzie McKetty, Austin McKetty, and their good friend Sienna Rose. All three of those are going in the Tim Kelly Show archives here in just a little bit for doing a great radio interview with yours truly tonight. Lots of great young talent on this program, and that's what I call New Country's Best, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll be back on the radio with a show that I call New Music Friday, and I have a bunch of brand new music that I've never even played before on the radio to debut tomorrow night. We'll hit the airwaves at 7 p.m. Central Time, live on our website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry.